Hello everybody, it's Splash. I'm back with another Blu-ray Steelbook update, and this is basically sort of a roundup of the recent releases and also some Steelbooks that were released a little while ago that I just got around to picking up. I had a few problems with damage, unfortunately, which delays things, but I'm going to do a video today, even though a couple of the Steelbooks I'm showing I am actually returning. Well, I could do this video because they're just, you know, I couldn't keep them. I'm very niggly on things, and one of the Steelbooks I've actually had 2 copies of, and both are damaged, so that's not good. But hopefully third time lucky. So the first one I'm going to show is from a few weeks ago. It's Dr. Mabuse the Spieler. I believe this was released on the 28th of October, thereabouts, from Eureka, and this was originally going to be a different film altogether. It was going to be Red River, a John Wayne Western, but for some reason that got cancelled, and instead they gave us a second Dr. Mabuse Steelbook, Dr. Mabuse the Spieler, or the Gambler. Really nice old school artwork, as is usual with the Eureka releases. Still got the data sheet on, but that's only because the back, which I'll show now, doesn't have anything on it. It's completely blue. A little bit of writing at the bottom, but yeah, nothing to really see, so I'm just keeping it on for now. One good thing about this one is it does say PG at the top, see there, and it also says PG on the back, which with Dr. Mabuse, the first one, Testament of Dr. Mabuse, it actually had a U on the front and a PG on the back, which is very bizarre. So that was obviously a printing error. So yes, this is obviously an old German film, classic German cinema. I picked this up from Savvy on eBay because it was cheaper than their own website. It's the cheapest around, £14.69 I think it was. It still is actually. And Eureka releases like this don't really get that cheap very often, so it's good to get it, you know, early and also for a fair price, because most places are selling it for around 18 to 20 quid. It comes with a nice booklet and 2 Blu-rays, not a double play, not a DVD bonus disc, but actually 2 Blu-ray discs, so all the extras in HD, which is good. And didn't really show the inside out like this, sorry about that. And there's one side, and I'm not sure some of this bottom side, nothing really. So yeah, good pickup, I think, for a relatively new release for a good cheap price. And as I say, they've still got stock of it at that price on eBay, and it annoys me actually. Their eBay, they have Team America for under 13 quid, which is £2 cheaper than it is on their own website, and it's not been out very long at all. So yeah, pick that up if you're after it. So next up we have 3 Fox Steelbooks. This is from the newest wave, JFK. I picked this one up because this one was more expensive than the others in the wave, which were out last week. You'll see in my last week's video, which were Daredevil, X-Men 2 and Fifth Element. Because this is a new to Blu-ray release. It's the JFK Director's Cut, and I bought this through flubbit.com, and it came from Speedy Hen, but it has to go back because it does have a little scratch on the front. You can probably just see it next to Kevin Costner's name, but it's quite deep, unfortunately, so it couldn't be covered with a blue marker pen or anything. It was under £12, which is very good because most places are selling it for around 15-16 quid. So I was very happy to get it for the cheaper price. It has debossing rather than embossing on the title there, JFK, but the rest of it is just matte finish. And at the back there is some small pictures, but again just the usual, you know, Fox and Warner Brothers putting the writing at the bottom. Inside we have the disc and nice bright artwork. So yeah, unfortunately I can't get around to watching this today. Well, I could do, I guess, it could be cheeky, but I'm going to return it as soon as I finish this video. And so next up we have 2 more from Fox. These were from last month's releases, The Day After Tomorrow, and up next 28 Days Later. These 2 I bought again through flubbit.com for around £10 each, and yeah, they're pretty basic steelbooks, but they do have a nice embossed title, and there's a border. The discs are just the old discs that you've seen before on Amory releases, and there's not a lot of great inside out work or anything, but you know, they are cheap steelbook releases. at least cheap by this day's standards. So yeah, that's fine. Just got that actually about 10 minutes ago, right before I started this video. I wasn't sure if I was going to get any post today because it's gone 1:30, and Saturday post is sometimes a little later, but not that much later. My usual post comes around 10, 10:30. My Saturday post usually comes by lunchtime, and 12 o'clock, but it turned up today. And yes, here's 28 days later, which does have pretty weak embossing on the front, very, very thin. But again, border, nice artwork though. Really, really good. For £10 you can't really complain. Pretty cool inside artwork as well. So your good old-fashioned regular disc. At least has some artwork on it, which is nice. So yeah, they're good prices for a tenner each. You can't really complain. So now on to the two main releases I'm going to show. These are two 3D titles. Up first we have the Great Gatsby 3D, and yeah, not had too much luck with this one. I think I paid £17 for it. This is the first one that I've bought from base. This one's going back, but then I also ordered one from Sainsbury's, and I just got that today, and that one's got scratches on it, so it's even worse than this one. So it's a big shame. So I'll just show the artwork anyway. It's a big disappointment, to be honest, from what it could have been. The original artwork didn't have the capture on the front, it was just the back artwork there, and it did look in the film title, which didn't have 3D on it, that's not needed, was in the middle, and it looked like it was going to be nice and embossed or glossy. None of that, matte finish, no embossing, no debossing. There's the back artwork. You probably can't even see it. There's a tiny little thing down the corner. Hardly noticeable, but for me, it's not good enough. If I'm paying 17 quid for it, I expect it to be mint. So I'm just going to take this ultraviolet cord out because it's going back. Someone else will want that. The inside out looks okay, but the discs are obviously terrible. I mean, there's no excuse for that. I suppose you could say old sort of 1920s, 1930s style, but could have been a bit better. Yeah, some cool inside artwork anyway. But I think this is going to be around for a while. It's not exclusive to anywhere, so you might just want to wait and pick this up when it's cheaper. But it's it's okay, but nothing spectacular. And next up we have another Warner Brothers release. It's Pacific Rim 3D. Again, putting it on the title, not needed. This is a nice steelbook. It's not embossed, it's not debossed, it's not glossy, but that doesn't really matter. And it's one of those cases where it doesn't matter. It's got a nice, I think in this case the matte finish helps the back there. It's really cool artwork. And inside we have 3 discs, which is nice. And you get the 3D Blu-ray and the 2D Blu-ray film, and also a Blu-ray bonus features disc. Really cool inside artwork as well. Very much looking forward to watching this film. I'm going to be watching this tonight. And this is again available everywhere. I think it's around about 18 quid. So very good price really for a 3D steelbook release. These days it seems to be you're looking at around 20 odd pounds. So that's it for this video. Only 6. I know there's been other releases out, but I didn't purchase some of them, and also I got one early, which was Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which you would have seen in my midweek video last week. But some of them that I saw, I decided to cancel, and I'm glad I did. 12 Monkeys, the game, good films, but the steelbooks, they hadn't really put much work into them, and I can see Zabby dropping the prices on them quite quickly. And also I like Nosferatu. That was the film that I was trying to remember the name of last week. I haven't ordered yet, but again I'm hoping that it's going to drop in price from Eureka on the Zabby store on eBay. And I didn't purchase the Hobbit because the jumbo steelbook, as it turns out to be, it's 5 discs, 2 3D Blu-rays, the 2D Blu-ray film, and 2 bonus discs. It's just a terrible jumbo steelbook. It doesn't look very nice. It's about as plain as the first, this is the standard version steelbook that Amazon had of the non-extended edition, and the Amaray copy looks so much nicer than a nice black steelbook. Sorry, a nice black Amaray case, and it comes in a slipcase, which is like a book. It has a lenticular cover, and it's much cheaper. So I think I'm going to get that version, and the jumbo steelbook will have to be one of those things that I buy much later on down the line when it's very cheap. And I think they're going to make so many of them that it'll be £10 one day, I'm sure. It's not been well received. I know a lot of people have bought it and returned it as soon as they've seen the Amaray edition. They've returned it. So maybe this is the start of, you know, people you know, trying to just take a stand and say, you know what, you can give us steelbooks, but give us some quality. Give us a decent quantity, not too many, and make them special again, and you know, price them well. Don't you know, basically cheat us as well, because in the past, if you pre-ordered an item, you got it for the best price possible, and these days, if you pre-order an item, a week later it's £2 less or £3 less. It's just not on, and in some cases they can drop, you know, really low, really fast. We saw recently with Starship Troopers has gone down to £8. That's not been out very long at all, and so now it's sort of a case of, okay, unless it's an absolutely blow-away movie or a new release, if it's a catalogue title, or if it's a low quantity Disney release, don't pre-order them. Wait within a month or two, so you get the message, drop the price, people buy it, and maybe they'll turn around and say, okay, we'll either have to drop the price total, or maybe just not release as many. I'm hoping for the latter, because you know, I've never in the history of me collecting steelbooks, and I've been collecting since DVDs, you know, in 2005, I've never gone behind this much. You know, maybe one or two that I've sort of waited and picked up later, but there's probably 7 or 8 steelbooks that I'm behind on. I'm still waiting for Wicker Man, Reservoir Dogs, Made of Stone, and the recent releases of The Game, Nosferatu, 12 Monkeys, and it's a case of, you know, that they're bringing out too many, and they're not good enough quality for me to purchase at the high price they are, RRP. So I'm aware I even cancelled my Monsters University this week, because again, I was able to pick up the 3D version, which is nicer than what the steelbook looks like it's going to be, and it was cheaper, and it comes with a 3D disc, and they get it 2 weeks early. I mean, you know, it's ridiculous. So again, I think it's going to be a case of, in that case, I think it might be just like Jungle Book, which they can't give away. You know, it's like £10 with anything. Buy any steelbook and get the Jungle Book for a tenner. They've got so many left over, so I think that could happen with Monsters University. But maybe I'll pre-order it again, you know, in a week or so, near the time, if artwork comes out and it's better than it looks like. But it doesn't look good at the moment, I'm afraid. So that'll be with this video. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back next week, hopefully with the Wolverine 3D, which is out on Monday from HMV. And Red 2, by the way, is out the week after from HMV. That's just been announced this week. So anyone who goes to HMV next 2 Mondays, you're going to have 2 exclusive steelbooks to pick up. But yeah, so I'll be back next week, not with probably 6, probably with 2 or 3, but there'll be something there to show. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.